2,400 meters to race. Gates are back. Orphan Racing from that 2,400 meter mark over to you, as well as Pickerbird Alley were just a length slow into stride. True Domain as well as Double Check, those two responded rather well. Guy Alexander's also moving up on the outside, but is going to settle just off the early pace, racing about 3 lengths back in third. Chewbacca's in between runners, now going to know towards the inside. That's in the purple sleeves with the purple cap. Further length back and running to Thefutureisbright, then back on the inside to Pickerbird Alley, and over to you is going to bide his time at the back end of the field. They've got just over 1,800 meters left to run onto the back end of the back straight. And out in front is Double Check, who's doing the bidding and the buying, out in front by 2 lengths. In second is True Domain. Then comes Guy Alexander, who's racing 4 lengths back in third. Chewbacca completes the quartet for now, the purple sleeves and the purple cap with the cheat pieces. Further length back and running to Thefutureisbright. Then we drop back 2 lengths as the field's starting to become pretty much strung out now. Pickerbird Alley's one from last and over to you's last of all. And there's a good 8 or 9 lengths separating top to tails. They've got just over 1,400 meters to race. Double Check off the low weight is out in front and shows the way by 3 lengths. No real change in the order as of yet. In second, we've got True Domain. Then comes Guy Alexander in third. On the inside rail is Chewbacca, who's in fourth. Then comes Thefutureisbright, who's got 5 or 6 lengths to make up, followed by Pickerbird Alley. And over to you is still last of all, but now starting to creep a little bit closer as that 8-length margin now becomes 6 lengths as they've got just over 1,000 meters to race. Double Check shows the way by still 2.5 lengths. In second is True Domain, the blue sleeves and red cap. As they go over the course crossover, then comes Guy Alexander. Chewbacca is currently in fourth, then further 2 lengths back and running to Thefutureisbright. Over to use now one from last and Pickerbird Alley. Has a lot of work to do, racing about 10 or 11 lengths off the leader with just over 700 meters to race. Double Check, trying to try and make every poster winning one, is still out in front. And here comes the big strong tailwind. In second is True Domain. Then comes Guy Alexander, who's in the 1-out position. Towards the inside, Chewbacca is going down there for a run. Thefutureisbright has switched towards the outside for a run. Then comes over to you. And Pickerbird Alley's pretty much out of the race as they've got just over 400 meters to run. It's Double Check out in front, but now starts to feel the pressure. Thefutureisbright's moved up on the outside in a galloping mood. Over to you is also in contention. Then we drop back 2 lengths to Double Check. But out in front is Thefutureisbright as they're into the final furlong. It's Double Check who has a 2-length advantage. Over to you on the inside. Then a good 5 lengths back to Guy Alexander, but it's Thefutureisbright who looks to be too strong here. Thefutureisbright under Richard Free is going to win. Second place is going to go over to you. Then comes Guy Alexander. Got close for that third spot between Chewbacca and Double Check, followed by True Domain and a long way back to Pickerbird Alley.